blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Moses, or say your Sakodi of TRC, Ghana. Coming to you with the continuation of our expose's testimony, New World Disorder, expose part 125, which is what to do. And we urge you to be watching the exposés chronologically from part 1 downwards to till part 125 and beyond to give you a better understanding. The records and the exposés here, if you are following them and viewing them in the light of global unfolding, you will understand that we understand what is happening to us. Diplomacy and politics and intelligence as well will not permit humanity and the nations of the world to be told the plain truth that what is happening to the human race, our helplessness, the root cause of it is all about the evil work initiated by evil minds in Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo and his cronies, and their political counterparts in US. Diplomacy, politics will not allow the world to be told the truth that it is that evil that was exploited from 2006 to the crashing of the New York stock market. The truth was covered up from the world getting to know that this is the focus. The center of the global evil is Ghana. The truth was swept under the carpet. Later, we were played with COVID. Now, we are being played with the situation of Russia, Ukraine. But because the core of the issue, the actual problem, is being covered, attention is being diverted from. Eventually, they shout COVID, 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 and they still wake up to the reality of global helplessness. They shout Russia, Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, and still, eventually, they wake up to the same worst of the problem that has been created. They blame China for whatever COVID or whatever nonsense, and eventually, they see that it is not cover up that is the issue. The problem must be solved. So let's see how to solve the problem by what to do. We are in the book of John chapter 11. We promised this in US that we shall dwell here. God will need us dwell here. We shall go to John chapter 2, the turning of water into wine. He said we will revisit it and revisit the feeding of the 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish. We shall go there. Everything that we're doing in US was in line with what God has led us to do, but we were misconstrued by the government of Nana Addo Akufo, their terror counterparts, coward secret killers in US, and they used it to exploit my family huge. But as we go on, we would understand that everything that we're doing in US, whether discussing, using what to do, we're talking about the feast, the marriage in Canaan, and the raising of Lazarus from the dead. They were all part of it, and just like Jesus, my Lord, was not understood. We were not understood, and they used it to trouble the nations of the world and to trouble my family the more. But let's go on. So what to do in the face of this global evil, which China should never be blamed for, Ukraine should never be blamed for, Russia should never be blamed for. The core of the global evil is Ghana, Ghana, my own nation, which I have defended at the White House. My people who have stood for at the White House for years. Tribalist minds, Nana Addo Akufo, Osla Owusu can dampare James Opongwenu, evil tribal minds, who descended from their forefathers who troubled Ghana with slavery and human enslavement. They are troubling the world. They are troubling Ghana up to this very day. And we all ought to stand up against their evil to free your nation and my nation from their evil. So in doing that, what do we have to do? What to do is to not act anyhow. We should be time conscious. We should act when we have to act, and not be hasty to act when we don't have to act. We should be time conscious. Unlike this part of Africa, this part of the world, Ghana in specific, where time matters not to the government or anybody. You understand? They don't know the use of time. We should be time conscious and act when we have to act. When the time is act for us to act. That's what we have to do. Now, we are reading from John chapter 11, verse 5. We have more to take there. Now, Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. When he had heard, therefore, that he was sick, he abode 2 days. He abode 2 days when he heard it. Still in the same place where he was. Why? Because it was not time for him to act. He acts only when he has heard the voice of his Father that it's time for him to act. He is not pushed by men to do things anyhow. He acts according to the timing of God. And he knew the use of time. Let's go on, you understand it. Then after that saith he to his disciples, after waiting for 2 days, let us go to Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, I'm reading from the King James Version. UK, hi, if they hate us for my King James Version, we don't care. We invite them to King James Version. Then after that saith he to his disciples, Let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? I've told you that the Jews that you are reading, put there the tribalists of Ghana. Forget about it. The Jews were put there because it was to put there. It could have been Europe, it could have been Africa, it could have been Asia, it could have, so put there your family, put there your community that is oppressing you, suppressing you, repressing you, terrorizing you, rendering you poor strategically, medically terrorizing you with vaccines. Put Akufo to the program testimony. Don't hear the Jews sought to stone you. The Jews. It is talking about the oppressors that are around today, not the Jews. So let's go on. Jesus answered, Are there not 12 hours? Let's hear this well. Jesus answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? Are there not 12 hours in the day? If a man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of the world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. Not around, not because there is no light around, but there is no light in him. I've told you that the man, while he was here, he spoke to his own disciples who didn't understand him when he spoke, let alone the hearers. So sometimes you have to take time and ask this. Did you understand what I said? Ask the multitude. The parable that I said, this is what it meant. He was telling them that, are there not 12 hours in the day? Why did Jesus have to bring that to you and to me? to Europe, to Asia, to Australia, to Africa, telling us that there are 12 hours in a day. Why? Was it just by chance, or was it not for naught that it was stated? Jesus wanted to understand that there are 12 hours in a day. Now let me ask. Jesus was a Jew. He was a Jew. We read from the Bible that over 2,000 years ago, that man came into this world and was crucified. Not so. Okay. We also need to understand that over 2,000 years ago, that Jewish boy, my Lord, his people knew the use of time and were so time conscious that they were not living anyhow without understanding the times. They knew that the daytime was 12 hours, and the night hours 12 hours, making 24 hours in a day. They knew that. So they were so, this is 2,000 years ago, they knew the use of time. You understand? To the point that their regards for time, their regards for time led the world, led the Jew to understand that when the airplane has been invented, and the aircraft needs to fly from Israel, from Saudi Arabia, from Palestine, from America, from Europe, from Africa to wherever it has to go, you will need to understand that it will take time, a set specific hours, time for the flight to take off and to get to the other side where you want to get to. Your understanding of time would help you to calculate the quantity, the volume of fuel that will be needed by the airplane to fly oceanic miles, such that in the middle of the flight, where the plane cannot land on the clouds to refuel, that wisdom, the understanding about the time, made the world understand today that before you fly from US to Africa, you need to understand the volume of fuel that you will need to take you that specific hours, so you don't get you don't run out of fuel in the air and plunge into the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and kill all the people on board the flight. Did you hear that? I'm saying that my Lord Jesus, he was not the type that was pushed by circumstances. He was informed that Lazarus was sick. The man waited 4 days. After he heard the news, he did not go. When he heard the news, after 2 days after, the man died. Jesus still stayed 2 more days and went. Why didn't he go the moment he heard the message? Because he works with time and understands the value of time. And in addressing the issue, the problem of Lazarus had drawn our attention to the fact that time is very, very necessary in making life here on earth successful, making progress in life, in your nation, advancing, developing in your nation. You need to be time conscious. You need to value time. He would not be pushed around by people around him to act when it was not time. However, when it was time for him to act, his own disciples were trying to let him procrastinate, to not to act. He had to stand up and let them understand that Forget about your excuses that you are giving that the Jews will kill me. Forget about your excuses that the tribalists of Ghana, when you come to Ghana again, they will lynch you, they will kidnap you. When you go to visit your brother who is bedridden in Techiman, they would even infiltrate your guest house and assassinate you. Forget Africa. Go back to your land and take the tribalists on without a single weapon and let the whole world know that they are the problem of the world. They are troubling Europe. They are troubling Africa. They are troubling America. They are troubling Asia. They are troubling Ghana. They are the people. However, diplomacy is letting the attention be diverted. Politics is making the attention be diverted from that. You go to the US House of Congress, and it is known that there are some of them, that the congressmen, that know that this very issue affect the day-to-day running of the stock. And when they go to work in their offices, instead of formulating laws and laws for the nation America, they are operating their stocks, tracking their stock operation, exploiting the issue, the situation, you understand, to engage, use that for their private time. They have no use for the time that the US people, the American people are paying them for. So they use the time for their stocks. And there are some of them, congressmen, they make fortunes with insider information. Understand? You know that Nana de Akufo, Dampare, James Opombwenu, Osla Usu, evil minds of Africa. They are killing an African in America, and that affects the stock market directly. Somebody, you are in Africa. Jesus, my Lord, is telling you that see the value of time. Some go to church late. They go to the mosque late. Even those that go to the shrine, they go to the shrine. They go to the market late. They go to school late. The only thing they don't do late is when they have to make time to sex up their wives and their girlfriends. That one, they don't play with that. They mean that so well that they will not give their wives 1 second to even prepare. But Jesus would want you to understand that whatever you do in this world, you must be time conscious. When the time is up, don't delay. The time for Ghana to be liberated from the coward secret terrorism is now. Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, we will not delay. We shall set Ghana free from the hands of the coward secret killers. The 2 tortured and abducted children of the Africa shall be set free. We shall surely get justice for my people killed. No justice, no peace. God bless you. Bye-bye.